A long-term student of mine, Ashley, reached out to me really struggling with his game, struggling with his swing and his short game. So in this video, you're going to see what we did with his iron swing. We did some work on his chipping, and you will be amazed at what we were able to do with his bunker play in a really short space of time. Right, mate, let's go through it.
Yeah.
So we just looked at the goal swing, and you kind of know your pattern. And if you switch off, don't practice, and you haven't practiced that much,
No, not at all.
you're going to see the kind of same kind of things happening. So the first thing we're going to do is, for face on, I'm just going to widen your stance a little bit.
Yes.
Okay. And then what we saw in your backswing is we were really happy with where you get to here. If you continue, you'd get into a really nice spot. What actually happens from here is you tend to lift the arms, and as you lift the arms, this forearm sort of rotates more, getting the club more laid off. So that gets your hands a little bit high, club a little laid off. Couple that with the fact that as you start down, your upper, for me, gets too far ahead. That gets you in a positional way down where you're a little bit too steep with the hands. Not so much the club, but the hands are a bit too steep. And then because your head's moved a little bit this way, you then have to kind of release the hands forward, and that way strike comes in. So our job today is three things really. Widen the stance a little bit, get you to feel like you turn a little bit better at the top. And then as you start down, we still want that kind of shift of pressure across, but our reference point was your kind of lead shoulder, and I want that to be behind that hip. So we'll see that a little bit more from face on, but we're trying to get a little bit more of this, which will cause the arms to go a little bit more down. And then once the arms are a little bit more down, you'll be able to rotate onto it better. It should help strike that. Okay, so job number one, just widen those feet a little bit. Okay, and I'm looking at the distance between the heels, which is why I'm stood here. Okay, a little bit more. Feel pretty strange?
Yeah, that feels very wide.
So that's going to be the easiest change you make,
Yep.
because it's just widening the feet.
Yep.
Okay, so once you do that, it's just reps. Just hitting balls until that feels normal, and just trying to maybe give yourself a reference point for what that distance is, because
so
it'll always feel
wider than my shoulders, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at heels because if you've got a different amount of toe flare, it can change what that looks like.
Yeah, because it feels to me like it's wide because of my toes, but
exactly. Yeah. So if you take that setup again, okay, so that looks wide, but if I put that inside your heels,
it's not. Yeah.
It's not. It's only because you're looking more at the toes.
Yes.
So it's easy to look at the toes, but if you look at the heels, that's going to give you a better perception. As you get to the top, we're going to think about the glove on this hand. So this is the obviously glove on the logo on your glove. Okay.
Yeah.
So from here, you'll tend to lift the arms and have that logo more to the sky.
Yes.
Okay. Your feeling from here is to turn these hands more over the shoulder and have the logo feel like it's pointing more towards Joe over there. So you're going to feel more there. Okay.
Okay.
Now, at the moment, that probably looks almost too low and too across the line.
Yes.
But that's the feel.
That's what I need to feel.
Because as you push these up, that logo gets up here. Yep. Backswing freeze. Okay, just clip it. Really good. I'm going to play a little trick on you here. Little Jedi mind. Okay. The golf ball's on the ground. We know we've got to hit it. We know we've got a rough target. It's all kind of, a lot of the thought process is around ball, target, shot.
Yeah.
You're going to go backswing and pause.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stand roughly where you are. And you're literally just going to start the downswing. Like that.
Yep.
Start the downswing. Back up, and you're just going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Okay? So literally just starting this downswing. At some point, when you get to around about here, I'm going to say go, and you're just going to carry on and hit the ball.
Okay.
Go. Really good. Try and put that together in one swing.
Just go to the top and then go, yeah?
Yeah, just fairly slow, so maybe again 100 yards or so. So just feel, wind it up, good position at the top, and then just go. Nice shot. So we're just going to go ahead here and just get you to feel impact. Okay, so keep your head pretty much where it is. Okay, so that's not going to move. Push your hips forward until they reach my hand. So that's it, good.
Yeah.
And then keep them forward. So keep pushing them forward as you add some rotation.
Yeah.
Good. Keep them forward a bit. That's it, good, there you go. And then handle's going to go a little bit forward.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where we need to be, that kind of impact.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you start down, okay, you go a little bit this way.
This way, yeah.
Okay, and you can feel what that does to the hands. It keeps them
brings
sort of
them more in
up
front
and
of me.
more in front.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got to feel like from here. Okay, that's better. Good.
Yes.
That's the feeling you've got to have.
Yeah,
okay? Then from here, you get the handle forwards with the rotation through.
Yes, that does feel better. Feels strong.
Correct. I want you to go ahead and hit some shots that go, let's say 100 yards, as low as you can, without the head going forward. Okay.
How do you mean? Oh, my head. Sorry, I thought you meant the club head. I was thinking.
Club head, yeah. Sorry, my fault. Head going forward.
No, my fault.
So you look at the hip and the shoulder.
That's
a big difference. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little extreme, but that's fine for this drill. Hands come down, and then when you go to turn onto it,
yeah, my head's sort of more behind it.
Yeah, you still added a little bit of head movement through, but I mean, on the whole, that's so much better.
Yeah.
Turn of fire, better, much better. So then we moved outside to look at his chipping. His basic shot, his go-to, was a little bit low, a little bit fiery. So I wanted to give him a slightly softer ball flight with a little bit more control and a little bit more spin. So you're going to see how we did that with a little bit of a setup change, but just changing his ideas on the swing and how he moves through the golf ball. So how are you trying to play this? I mean, what are you thinking when you pull that club and you look at it? Are you trying to hit one high, low, mid?
Mid.
Okay.
So if I wanted to go higher, I'd go lob wedge. If I wanted to go even lower, I'd just put it further back. But I used to use that shot a lot. I mean, I'll try it, but I don't really use that anymore.
So I think if I could jump on, one of the hardest things I think when we talk a short game,
Yeah.
nothing's wrong. Like if you said to me, which you haven't, but if you said, should I have the ball back? Should I have the ball forwards?
Yeah.
Should I use wrists?
Well, it depends
Should
what
I use
shot you're
no
trying to play.
wrists?
It would be my answer. Yeah.
It's all correct.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
I would be looking to say, right, let's give the golfer as many shots as possible, okay? And then it would be on the course, they say, well, what would I do here? And I'm like, I can't tell you.
Yeah.
You've got all the shots. As long as you've got, and this will be the thing that I would stress the most with short game, as you set up here, and I'm about to pull the trigger,
Yeah.
if you said, stop, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I should be able to tell you straight away.
Yeah, definitely.
I should be able to go, if you said, stop what you're doing, I've got 56, it's going to be mid-flight, it's going to land there, it's going to check a bit, it's going to roll out. Okay?
Yeah.
Whereas I do it on the course, I let people set up, get in, stop what you're doing. Ooh. And now they start to think about, it's like too late. Okay, so I would say now, if you look at where your chest is,
Yeah.
okay, relative to that ball, okay, I reckon you can go ball further forward.
Yeah.
Because where that ball is relative to your feet is completely irrelevant.
Yes, your
It's got
body
to
is.
be. It's got to be under.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So I know your club shaft's in the way, but if that's where your chest is, the ball's got to be there. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit that one. If you've got lots to choose from, it's like, well, how do you pick the right one?
Yeah.
So I always say, right, let's have a baseline. What's your go-to shot? And then you stand here, you visualise that go-to shot, and you say, does it work? If it does, you play it. If it doesn't, what can we do different?
And that's where I think I'd need, because that's what I'm saying. I'm stuck in between techniques a little bit. I feel like.
Yeah. So I think for your go-to shot, I would like to see shaft a little bit more neutral.
Yeah.
Definitely ball a little bit more under your sternum. Allow the lower body to rotate.
Yeah.
And feel as if you play this with less wrist action.
Yeah, just more of like a shoulder turn.
Correct. Best one you've hit.
Yeah, they're coming out a lot flatter than what I would think.
Yeah.
It's just a turn and a turn, isn't it? It's just really simple.
Well, that's why that's your go-to, because you are using the bounce, so
Yeah.
it's a safer in terms of
Yeah.
strike. You're not overly using the wrist. It's a body control. So that's why it's your go-to, because it's probably the most consistent.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't work, then you go, well, what does the ball need to do,
what I do
higher or
like.
lower,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you add in what you need to.
Yeah. So if I wanted to hit it even higher, I could do the same technique, just go more forward, I guess.
So you got options. You either open the face more, you add more wrists.
Yeah.
And then into the sand. Now this was a huge change. We made a setup change, but again, similar to chipping, it was more concept, what he was doing through the golf ball. And he went from these bunker shots that were coming out low, with no spin, with no control, to suddenly these high, soft, floating bunker shots, loaded with spin, and he was grabbing them up by the flag, and he was absolutely over the moon. And this was a huge, huge change for Ashley. Okay, take your setup.
Yeah, I had a feeling, I think I'm better with a lob wedge, but I'm conscious of, well, I said that before we started, didn't I, with the 56?
Yeah. To me, your setup doesn't look bunkery enough.
Yes, okay.
So you aim left,
Yeah,
which a lot of people aim left. Personally, I think it's a better way.
yeah,
And for me, your stance is too narrow. So the problem is, if because of where you're aiming, if you put any speed in the club, you put your speed in with the hands. So that speed would be going in that direction, and that's not where you want the ball to go. Now the face is open, but if the face is open, the ball doesn't go right, it just goes up. Yeah. So the only way that you can get the ball to head out in this direction is to basically start somewhere and what I call drag the handle, which basically will kind of get the ball to go out a bit right, but it makes it hard to put speed in the club. And if you can't put speed in the club, you can't get height on the ball, and then you get the odd shank.
And that makes sense because I do hit little low spinners out the bunker, and that's when I can spin it. If I've got a bad lie, sometimes I feel like I struggle because I struggle with the height.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to set up, and I want you to put your feet into my feet, okay? And then I want you to feel, as you hit this now,
Yeah.
face is going to go.
Almost like I'm cutting underneath it.
Okay. I want you to feel as if grip gets to ball, and then stops, and
Yeah.
goes past.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, height straight away.
There you go. There's your bunker shot. I told you it was going to change your life, because you were only ever going to hit these little low ones, and you were struggling to get the speed, because if you'd have put the speed in, it'd have gone left.
Yeah, yeah. No,
just,
absolutely.
see when that's too far left. Keep going. That's it. Good. There you go. Now we're talking.
Jesus Christ, that's
I
mental.
told you, it's changed your life. That's why you don't need 60.
Yeah.
You know, but when you're dragging the handle, that's why 60 would have given you that height that you can't
Yeah,
get with your
exactly.
technique.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I probably preferred, 60, yeah.
There you go.
I'm trying to really hit that hard, yeah. and it's
perfect.
straight up.
But the thing is with that, because you've got so much height, if you think the ball's taken off in this direction here,
Yeah.
like this much launch, if you hit it and the ball came off 10 mile an hour quicker,
Yeah.
it only lands like another couple of feet.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Because it's going off so high.
Yeah,
So you can
no,
afford
true.
to be super aggressive. It's not going to go miles over the green unless you
Yeah, yeah.
kind of completely thin it. But that was perfect. You then want the ability to change flight. You know,
Yeah,
so you
exactly,
can do that
yeah.
with loft on the club or other clubs in your bag. But
Yeah, no, so I need to see how I can hit it lower as well.
Yeah.
But I guess go more to the old technique.
correct. This has got to be your go-to for a bit. Get used
Yeah.
to it, and then from there we can look at.
It's just, it comes out so well, don't it?
So if I jump in, so if I want to hit a super high bunker shot,
Yeah.
I take a setup,
Yeah.
and I want loads of hands, loads of arms.
Yeah.
Okay. If I want a little bit more distance, then I'm going to go hands, arms,
And turn, yeah.
and our body. Okay. So let's go ahead and see if you can hit one. Just arms. Beautiful. Good.